Three companies now sell you the same promise. Leave your phone in your pocket. Everything you need is on your face. Samsung says it with Gemini built in. Meta says it with the Ray-Bans everybody already recognizes. And Halliday says it with an actual display floating in your eye line. I went through what each one can genuinely do and what people who bought them are actually saying afterwards. And I found something none of the three marketing pages mention. Only one of these comes close, and it is not the one with the biggest name behind it. Here is how I am judging this. Because replace your phone is a marketing sentence, not a measurable one. Your phone does 5 jobs for you every single day. It shows you notifications, it navigates you somewhere, it takes photos and video, it handles your calls and your music, and it answers questions when you do not know something. That is the list. If a pair of glasses cannot do those 5 things, it is not replacing anything. It is an accessory you also have to charge. So I am scoring all 3 against those 5 jobs. Then at the end, I will tell you which one I would actually put money on and which one you should wait out. There is also one thing that none of these 3 have solved, and it has nothing to do with hardware. I will come back to it near the end, because once you understand it, you will look at them differently. This is the one that sounds smallest and matters most. Think about how many times a day you pull your phone out, look at it, and put it back without doing anything. For most people, that is dozens of times. You are not using your phone. You are checking whether you need to. That is the job glasses can genuinely take over, because it requires almost nothing. Just text in your eye line for 2 seconds. But there is a hard split here that decides everything else. Glasses with a display can show you the message. You read it and you carry on. Glasses without a display have to read it to you out loud, into your ear, which takes longer, works badly in noise, and is useless if you are in a meeting or on a bus. Halliday has a display. Samsung's approach here needs confirming because the unpacked announcement covered a range and not every model in it carries a display. Meta's Ray-Bans, in the widely available versions, are audio first. So on the first job, before we even get to specs, the products split into 2 groups that are not really competing with each other. And most comparison videos, including some big ones, put them side by side as if they are. This is where glasses genuinely beat a phone, and it is the most underrated use case in the whole category. Walking somewhere unfamiliar with your phone in your hand is bad. You are looking down. You are advertising an expensive device to everyone around you. You lose your place every time you put it away. And in a lot of cities, holding your phone out while you walk is just not a smart idea. A turn arrow in your eye line solves all of that at once. No hands, nothing on display, eyes up. But the catch is that navigation is one of the heaviest things you can ask these devices to do. It means the display or the audio is active continuously, sometimes for 20 or 30 minutes at a stretch, usually with GPS running and often with a live connection to your phone. That is not the standby number on the box. That is the number nobody publishes. Here is the practical way to think about it. If a pair of glasses can do 40 minutes of navigation and still have charge left for the rest of your day, it has replaced something. If it dies after one journey, you now have 2 devices to charge instead of 1. This is the job Meta genuinely won, and I want to be fair about it. The Ray-Bans got the camera right in a way that is easy to underestimate. Not because the sensor is remarkable, but because the form factor is. They look like Ray-Bans. People do not react to them the way they reacted to Google Glass a decade ago. That social acceptance is a real engineering achievement, and it is most of why that product sold. And the use case is genuine. Any moment where both your hands are busy is a moment your phone cannot capture. Cooking, riding, carrying something, holding a child. Those are the shots people actually get from these, and you cannot get them any other way without mounting a camera to your head, which nobody wants to do. But there are 3 limits that come up constantly in owner comments, and none of them are on the box. The first is quality. One commenter under a major smart glasses review put it in 3 words. Camera is 720p. Whether that applies to any specific device here needs checking, but the general point holds across the category. These are not phone cameras. The optics are tiny, the sensor is tiny, and low light is where it shows. The second is the workflow, and this one catches creators specifically. Somebody asked, and I thought it was the sharpest question in the whole thread, how do you transfer the video off the glasses to edit it on a laptop? On most of these, the footage does not go straight to your computer. It goes to a companion phone app first, over the glasses' own wireless connection, and then out of that app to wherever you actually want it. That chain has 3 failure points. Transfer speed, which can be genuinely slow for longer clips. Compression, because some apps re-encode on export and you lose quality you cannot recover. And format, because what comes out is not always what your editor wants. The third limit is the one that actually stops people wearing them, and I will come back to it. This is the easiest job on the list, and all 3 do it, so I will be quick. Open-ear audio is genuinely nice. Your ears stay unblocked, so you hear traffic, you hear people talking to you. You are not sealed off from the world the way you are with earbuds, for walking around a city that is safer and more pleasant. The trade is that open-ear audio leaks. In a quiet room, the person next to you can hear a thin version of what you are listening to. And in a loud environment, it goes the other way. You cannot hear it properly at all. So it replaces earbuds for some situations and not for others. Nobody is throwing away their headphones because of this. But as a supplement for calls and podcasts while you are moving, it works. This is the job everybody is selling hardest and delivering least. So let me be blunt about the gap. The pitch is that you look at something, you ask a question, and the glasses answer. Point at a building and ask what it is. Look at a menu in another language and get it translated. See a product and get told whether it is any good. The reality is narrower, and there is a commenter who described the gap better than any reviewer I have read. He said unless these glasses can identify an item on a supermarket shelf and show him the price, the specs, or the ingredients, the whole concept is a failure. More computing is needed, he said. He is describing ambient intelligence. Glasses that see what you see and quietly tell you useful things without being asked. That is the version of this product everyone actually wants. And it is not what is shipping from anyone, including Samsung, including Meta. What is shipping is, ask a question out loud, wait, get an answer, which is your phone, but on your face and slower. The one place the AI genuinely earns its place today is translation. And even there, it only solves half the problem, which I have covered separately. Here is what I promised at the start. It has nothing to do with any spec on any of these three products. An owner wrote this: "My boss told me you cannot wear these at work because it breaches people's privacy. So my glasses are sitting at home. Pointless." Read that again. The device worked. It did everything the box promised, and it is in a drawer because of a conversation in an office. Another person said flatly that camera glasses will be banned in workplaces and public areas. Somebody else asked reasonably whether phones with cameras would be banned too, and there are already news segments running about people filming with smart glasses without consent. This is the actual ceiling on this entire category. Not battery, not resolution, not whether the AI is smart enough. It is whether the people around you are comfortable. And here is the part that is genuinely useful, because someone replied to that first guy, and his reply is the most practical thing in this whole video. He said, "Mine do not mind because I told them about it up front and explained it to my coworkers." Same product, same office privacy concern, completely opposite outcome. The only variable was whether he told people before they noticed. So if you buy any of these three, do this. Tell your manager before the first day you wear them, not after. Show your colleagues where the recording indicator is, so they know what it looks like when it is live. And take them off in bathrooms, changing rooms, and anywhere a person would reasonably expect not to be filmed. Not because a rule says so, because the moment one person feels uncomfortable, the product is finished for you regardless of how good it is. So, against the 5 jobs, notifications, the display devices win this outright, and it is not close. Reading beats being read to. Navigation, also the display devices for the same reason, with the battery caveat attached to all of them. Camera, Meta, clearly. Not on quality, on social acceptance. It is the one you can wear into a room without a conversation starting. Calls and music, a draw. All three do it. None of them replace real headphones. The AI. Nobody wins this yet. Samsung has the deepest assistant on paper because of what it is built on. But on-device capability is what matters, and that needs verifying rather than assuming. So the honest scoreline is that no single device on this list replaces your phone. One replaces your notifications. One replaces your camera in specific situations. None of them replace the thing in your pocket. If you want the thing that most changes your day, it is a display device. Glanceable text is the only feature here that genuinely removes a repeated action from your life. That is Halliday's territory. If you want the thing you will actually wear in public without thinking about it, it is Meta. The camera is the use case, the form factor is the feature, and everyone already knows what Ray-Bans are. If you want Samsung, wait. Not because it is bad, but because a first-generation product from a company entering a category is the single worst time to buy in. Let the first firmware cycle happen. Let the return complaints surface. There is no prize for being early here. And if you already wear prescription glasses, work somewhere nobody has agreed to be filmed, and wanted to wear these all day, then genuinely, the right answer this year might be none of them. The most useful thing I can tell you is when not to buy. One thing I owe you. I have not had all 3 of these on my face. This is built from what the manufacturers publish, how the underlying technology actually works, and what people who bought them are saying publicly. When I get hands on them, I will do this again with real usage and tell you where I was wrong. Links are below, and they are affiliate links, which cost you nothing. If you want the follow-up, subscribe.